I don't know. I don't even know why I bother. Literally a black screen right now. Is anybody else getting a black screen?
For what?
The live feeds. Is it just
No,
me?
it's just kittens.
Look, now we're back on the screen to get back to the black screen. Forget it. Fuck it. I don't give a shit.
Mine's just kittens right now.
I don't even have kittens. I have a black screen. And now we are currently experiencing. Fuck you.
We are live here at My Weekly Meltdowns.
Oh, God! I rise up to this trick. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. Had I known we were live, I would have gone down PG-13.
Well, we were getting exclusive coverage of Allison troubleshooting her $5 a month CBS All Access. So
for $55.99 a month this month, I get a black screen.
Oh God, I can't deal with you guys.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Listen, I want to make an announcement real quick. Do not post pornographic links in the comments section unless you're Stephen Dangle. I don't want to see it. Don't put it in there. It's spam. It's clickbait. You're going to get people infected with your STDs through their computers, and it's going to be horrible. It's not even decent porno. It's
Is Stephen Dangle's poor name Stephen Dangle?
Is it Stephen Dangle? I don't know. But he knows who he is.
I'm just saying, Stephen Dangle.
Listen.
I can't deal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hey, it ain't your porn, Stephen, so I'm not interested. I'm still waiting for that link.
We still have no idea who Stephen Dangle is.
I love it, though. I don't want to know. I want this to be like a murder mystery where we don't figure it out ever.
It could be Tyler.
It could be. But anyway, hello, everybody. Welcome to My Weekly Meltdowns coverage of the live eviction. Sadly, we saw Bailey go home. What was it, 9-0, right?
Yeah.
Our first unanimous vote of the season. Or no, wait. It was. What's that?
Acer was and Janelle were unanimous, weren't they?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Tyler's
anyway,
to get that out there right now.
No, not anymore. It's fine. But hello everybody, welcome. First, we want to start off by talking about our Patreon that we just launched. Very exciting stuff because we already have 4 patrons signed up. So we wanted to give a shout out at the beginning of the show, just as a first thank you to our first people joining us on Patreon. So we have Luke Goebel, Andrew Gibson, Matthew Henning, and Bill Meffling. So hello, you guys. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining us on Patreon.
And listen, just so you know, he has plenty of links. Don't worry.
Perfect.
But Matthew Henning is also our moderator. He was the first. So thank you. Everyone.
Yes, and we have also seen the talents of Andrew, Matthew, and Bill on our show before.
Yes.
We'll have to say hello to Luke as well. I know that I've seen Luke do some work on Podquester. He's fantastic, but thank you all so much for the support on our first day of having the Patreon. We're so excited.
You get an invite to come on the show. So we'll be in touch and see what we can work out for you. Because they're screwing up our schedule next week by moving it to Tuesday.
Yes. Oh, so I have a theory about this. I think Nicole Franzel knows that you are giving her zeros on these shows every Tuesday, Allison. So she's like, holy crap, CBS, I need you to change Big Brother to when My Weekly Meltdown is doing their show.
I'm gonna give that like a 3 out of 10 for an impersonation.
That's fine. You can do it way better.
The quintessential. I was just trying to like boost my own ego there. Yeah. So basically, I found out that My Weekly Meltdown is a whole bunch of me haters on it, and I said, "Frick them! I'm gonna go on
Frick them."
That on Tuesday we have our eviction episode, so they won't be able to do their ratings. Thanks, America.
Thank you, Stephen Dangle.
Oh my gosh. That's for the special $50 a month people.
Yeah. Maybe we should have a $50 patron level called like the Steven Dangle patron.
Yeah.
The Dangle level.
That's the Dangle upgrade.
The Dangle effect.
The Dangle package.
Oh gosh. The Dangle package.
So we're gonna be a little more chill on tonight's show just because like the live eviction is going on right now. It is the wall comp, which is really exciting.
When you say live eviction, you do mean live HOH. I'm just for the people who are confused.
Yeah.
I currently have a black screen, so I don't know what the frick is going on.
It's actually they're back up. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, then I'm gonna try to get back in it. So entertain these people while I try to figure out my $300 a month CBS All Access debacle.
That's exactly. Nicole said, production and CBS, I would really like it if you could cut Allison's internet and make sure that she's paying $75 a month for all access. And on top of that, then just give her a black screen. Thanks, America.
Thanks, America. I love that she has to
that black screen is more interesting than her. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Well, here's what we could do. Okay, catch this. On StreamYard, we can share somebody's other window. So if I listen, I'm gonna set this up right now.
Can we show?
So it'll be another window like the four of us.
Okay, but will it be the live feeds?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But is that like copyrighted?
That's what I'm worried about.
Oh. Do I care?
Mean, we might not make any money off the show, but are we really making any alone?
Do we care?
I probably would not do that just because like they just removed that YouTube channel that had all those live feed clips, so like they're looking out for that stuff. But we'll be giving you guys updates like as we're talking. I keep getting distracted, but everybody is still in the competition. So
this is currently Memphis's face.
Grandpa is holding on.
Grandpa.
Papa Memphis is just Papa Memphis.
Also, I love that Julie Chen tonight like still is saying.
Wait, no, Davon's on the ground.
No, she's not.
Davon just fell. Yeah,
I wouldn't know. I have
Camera
a black
3.
screen.
She's still up on mine.
Well, on camera 3, she is down.
Take this shit anymore.
She is walking over to Christmas right now. She's first.
Oh shit! Then I guess my my feeds are behind you. Okay, well then Beth will give the updates because I'm a day late and a dollar short. Maybe maybe that's the next level that I need to pay. Maybe I need to pay Allison's level.
That's right, $75.
This is what I get when I try to log on. Error we are currently experiencing.
Well, here's what we now that Davon's not in the HOH competition. Who are we rooting for?
So I will say really quick that my two people, like once I saw it was the wall, was Danny and Davon, because Danny has won this competition before, and Davon has gotten to, I think she was up there with James in Big Brother 18. And she gave it to James after doing a deal with him. So very disappointing that Davon is off already. But I think this is do or die for Danny, honestly. As you said in our group earlier today, Beth, seems like Nicole Franzel has even turned on Danny. And I don't know if you can elaborate on that more because I didn't see that on the feeds today. What did you read?
I didn't watch it. I was just reading what Big Brother Daily, shout out to them on Twitter, were posting. So basically she was having a conversation with Cody, and I think the gist was basically Cody was telling her, basically I think that Nicole boiled down to this. Nicole said, I don't care that you, meaning Cody, have multiple final twos. I care that she had another final two and that she was trying to get one with you when she and I are supposed to be close, and she knows that I'm close with you. Yeah. And so basically she and Cody ended up having this kind of bash session where she said that she doesn't trust her anymore and that she caught her in a lie and all these different kinds of things as well. So looks like Nicole is even jumping off and could be very much convinced to get rid of Danny. So this would be interesting to see Danny win. But I got to be honest with you too, Tyler. I don't want her to win HOH. I want her to win veto because I want there to be more blood. Instead, what I would like to see is a Kevin and Ian, even a David winning HOH in this situation. Because I want the other side to push Danny and just see if he sees or any of those he's see through it at this point. But
what's the worst that could happen with a David HOH?
Honestly,
David
I think David HOH is like, right. What
Really,
if David gets evicted on his own HOH?
Can I nominate myself as a pawn? Is that a thing?
can I do that?
Can I do that?
Well, now my CBS All Access isn't working, so you're not alone, Allison.
It's because you're associated with me.
It just has like an unexpected error now. So
I keep getting that.
I think like too many people are just watching it and it's just like crashing servers or something.
Yeah. Well,
but my question to you, Beth, is like, does Danny like know that Nicole is turning on her? Like how?
I don't think so.
That's tough. Yeah, I mean, like that probably is best case scenario for like TV wise, for Danny to win the veto, because then like it's already like it's already happened. Like it's like the lines are drawn in the sand, like the blood is on everybody's hands and everything like that. So
Right.
who else could we see win HOH maybe?
Okay, I'm gonna get a lot of shit. I'm feeling a Tyler HOH just because I'm a little psychic. I'm a little touched. I pick winners. And I feel like it's a Tyler. Maybe Pawpaw Memphis will pull it out. Something's going to happen here. Something's going to happen. Do we have a tiny person left that could possibly do it? Ian
and Nicole are the two tiny people in the competition.
Okay, well, fuck Nicole. Nicole is on my shit list for a reason that we will address later.
Let's address it now. What's going on?
Let's address it now. Okay. For some reason, it's funny to watch. Thank you, Chris Dixon. Is that a relation to Beth?
Yes, we are siblings.
Okay. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Here's the thing. Who is it? Nicole and who else? Making fun of Ian.
Danny in Memphis.
It was Memphis that said it. Like it was Danny and Nicole that laughed at it.
Okay.
Well, they were also saying they said stuff before Memphis.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Okay, so I'm not on board with anyone who says anything negative, laughing. When someone can't help it, and that is how it is, and they rock back and forth, F you for making fun of him. I'm done with it. Nicole Franzel lost her deal with oil of Olay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't even know that was still around. But apparently I'll be up there using it in about 5 or 6 years. So, but anyway, I'm done with Nicole. I'm done with Nicole. Yeah. I love Memphis, but you're freaking my age. You know better. You freaking know better. There's no excuse.
Clearly he doesn't.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's really sad is like you should know better.
I live in Collierville, Tennessee. That's kind of an uppity part of this town. It's not reality. It's up top, not much going on to reality.
Yeah. Well, so I felt like we got a lot of the anger and such out on Tuesday in our show. How did you guys feel that the show over the past 2 nights has represented the drama that's happened in the house that we were talking about on Tuesday?
I think a little unfairly. I think that Tyler was made to look a lot more heroic than he actually was. And I feel like they gave Bailey a kind of like sneaky, like, I don't trust him, even though he's doing the right thing kind of edit. When she had every reason to doubt what was going on, much less like her past like with Tyler on top of that too. I didn't like it, and I didn't like how they kind of explained it off as like Tyler being like, oh well, you know, like Bailey's the one that lied to me, so now I have a second win in this game. Like I'm going to get my head back in it and win it now. When that's just like totally not what happened at all.
Right.
I don't agree with Tyler going to Davon and Bailey, and I get what he was saying. You know, you guys are here, there is a movement going on, and I'm willing to step aside to fall on the sword. However, leading up to that, he was already done and wanted to leave, and I felt he was using this as an excuse to get back to Angela.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Bailey even said it, you know, do you think he's saying this just to look good, you know, on his way out or what? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Tyler personally, but also I wish they would have shown him deciding, no, I don't want to do this. It wasn't all Christmas. It wasn't Christmas going, it's my HOH, I'm going to do what I want to do.
As long as Tyler tells me what to do.
That's right. He had like, okay, you know, maybe this wasn't a good idea and I shouldn't have done that. I had a moment, I was a little emotional. You know, the meds kicked in. I don't know what I was thinking, but, you know, I'm over it now. But
what do you guys think about the Christmas footage that they showed? Do you think that they presented that fairly?
I think they showed it for what it was. And I thought that they showed it as, I feel like it was gaslighting.
100%.
Like that was totally like Christmas was saying like, well, I don't understand how you feel that way, Bailey. When like Davon is literally saying like, she was cool with you until you nominated her. And like now she's upset and she has every reason to be upset. And now even more when they get this like glimmer of hope from Tyler that's taken away from them without even being told. Like I said on Tuesday that my biggest problem with all of this was that Tyler didn't go to Bailey and Davon and say, I changed my mind. And that they kind of like edit it to make it seem like it's because Bailey doubted Tyler and was targeting him. But that's not the case. I'm telling you guys, production told him in the diary room, like, we're going to take away your $40K if you quit. I really think that something like that happened.
I also think so. I thought for the most part it was pretty fair. They even included some of those clips that are, you know, of Christmas looking a little crazy. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is going to be something that bodes well for her when she gets outside the house. I think that she's going to have to see this as you were steamrolling and gaslighting a conversation where you were absolutely in the wrong and you were trying to make yourself a victim. And also like you were trying to make it about personal and game. There's no such thing as personal game. Girl, when you live and breathe with these other people, every single thing is personal game. And when two people are not coming after you and have a huge trust in you, and then you start hearing, but they're aggressive, but they're a duo that will come after us, yeah, maybe I could understand the latter point. But when you start getting any of those things that are obviously implicit biases against the two Black women in the house, yeah, they have a legitimate reason to be upset with you. And guess what they didn't do? Bring any of that shit up.
And what is the, I got to clap, like,
good game.
Point. I don't do that when I make a point. I make my point with my finger and that's it. I don't need to clap.
I've seen clapping and such before too. Like, no, you were not going to do this or something like that. But like, she did it like just honestly, just so awful. It's like
I felt like it was to antagonize and push.
Absolutely. And like, furthermore, like after they came into the kitchen from the backyard, Christmas is like looking like a hobbit, like looking like at the two-way mirror. And when they go
anywhere in this house. I don't have to be up in my room.
Okay, my favorite though, can we talk like two things? Can we talk about one thing, Kevin telling Christmas, maybe you should go up to the HOH room. I mean, it's just like
it's just like
hilarious.
You know what I am gonna say? I'm happy that CBS and Big Brother decided to put in the moments where both Bailey and Davon talked about, if I were to do
Yes.
X, I would be
Yes.
seen as crazy. If I were to do X, they would see me as an angry Black woman. They would see me as going off. I would be fulfilling every stereotype they have for me and for people who look like me. And I'm happy they included it. I just wish they went fucking further with it. I wish that there was a confessional that went along with it even stronger, to nail that down that point and talk about how hard it's got to be to represent your entire race on top of yourself in a house like this.
And
I mean, we saw Davon like having to like swallow all of that when she went into the backyard. Like she like I can't imagine the amount of like self like reflection and self like God, that just must be so hard and so like mentally and like emotionally damaging to somebody.
honestly, I had the feel when she was doing that. Like I got emotional because I had just come off Pawpaw Calafiore's death, which got me because
That was sad.
I lost my last grandfather a few years ago, and it still haunts me. And I felt that got me. And then I had this going on with Davon out there going, if I act up, then I'm the, crazy, this, and it's true. It's true. And, it's not okay for Christmas to say, now I'm going to go up in the HOH room and lock the door so I'll be safe. What do you think's going to happen to you? Nothing.
Right.
And she said multiple times. Well, she said multiple times, like, they're going to, like, stab me. They're going to, like, cut me. If we were outside the house, like, they would try to, like, shoot me in the street or something like that. And I'm like, those are microaggressions. And actually, they go past the point of microaggressions to just being blatantly racist.
Ridiculous.
Like, ridiculous.
Yeah. And so, like, even after Davon, like, had to, like, just compose herself in the backyard, she was totally right, because when she went back in the kitchen, Christmas, like, she literally says, oh, here we go. And, like, it's, like, totally, like, trying to, like, initiate a further fight with them. It was really ugly stuff. I don't know. But the feeds are back on for those who are in the chat with us. Thank you for updating
Those
us.
who can get onto it. If you're paying under $55.99 a month, I'm sure your fees are up.
But Davon is out already.
I think she's the only one out at this point.
And you know what? This could be good for her.
She's not the next target.
See her being the target.
I don't think so either.
The alliance has said sorry, go ahead, Tyler.
I was going to say, like, now that the Untouchables are broken up, how stupid is that? Now that it's just Davon, like, there's all this, like, fracture, all these, like, cracks in the alliance, and I feel like Davon is going to be a really valuable piece for somebody to, like, pick up and try to bring into their side. I think Davon has a few more weeks in her in this game, at least.
What the alliance of like the core alliance has said is that they want to go after Kevin and David and Ian before they go after Davon. And I think Davon has actually set herself up. What?
I have feeds. Which camera do I need to go to? Which camera?
Just do the quad.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Okay.
And I think that Davon this past week was able to set herself up well with pretty much everybody in the house. Like, I don't see anybody who's still like, we need to go after Davon next. Like, I think a lot of people think of her as a target from 2 weeks from now, or maybe even 3 weeks from now. And what they're going to find, I think, is that without her obvious pairing, which, by the way, can we just get into that for a second?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
The idea that just because there were two Black women in the house, they're obviously a pair. Bitch, you made them a pair when you excluded them from your other conversations. Point blank, period. Sorry about it.
Yeah.
Like, and of course they're going to have, like, are people not seeing Danny and Nicole as a pair? Like, they're two blondes. They hang out all the time.
Can I say something, Beth? When Julie exposed the other alliance to Bailey, and it was like to me, I was like, oh, it's the Barbie and Ken alliance. It's Andrew's winter picks. I mean, it's just I mean, that's all it is. I was like, I was just waiting for her to go, oh, well, that's
God.
typical, you know.
But
That's funny.
yeah, so but anyway, I think that this is going to be an interesting week, regardless whoever wins, even if it's someone in the core alliance, because Kevin's got it figured out, Ian's kind of figured it out, and I think even David's figuring it out, and David has a power that could help him out. So I think that these powers might actually come in handy this week more than anything else.
And what impresses me, guys, is we talked about this a little bit on Tuesday. What impresses me is that David has not told Tyler about his power. And it's not even a lie of omission, right? Like, we saw Tyler straight up go to David and say, did you win the power? Like, I don't know where it is. And all of us on the feeds were thinking that Tyler had the power. But no, it's David. And David said right to Tyler, no. I don't have one. So that tells me that David does not trust Tyler. And I wonder, like, where, I mean, if David is even having this thought, but like where David is thinking that he's going to go for the rest of this game and who he's going to align with.
Well, I think that we found this past week there could be an alliance of everybody who I mentioned before: Kevin, David, Ian, Davon, and Enzo seemed like he wanted to join that group. And if that 5 can get power, or even win a veto, that flips the game around. And I wouldn't be shocked if someone like Danny, if she catches wind that like the people who are closest to her are after her, she might be desperate enough to go over to the other side. So that's why I want someone to win that I think is going to like be able to create a crack or two. So
yeah, definitely. I'm telling you guys, like, Danny, like, very well could win this thing. She won this like exact comp in Big Brother 13.
I don't want her to win though.
I'm wondering, who do we think will win? So we think Danny. I think this could be a good one for someone like Ian to win, or even.
Well, right now, Danny's shaking her feet a lot and doing a lot of adjusting, like she's having a hard time. Nicole's not moving right now. Cody's not moving right now. Memphis, Memphis, you know, he's all right. Everybody seems to be okay, but Danny right now, Kevin looks like he's struggling a little bit. David looks like he doesn't know if he's supposed to grab onto something or whatever. I don't think
when his hands like aren't on it, I'm hoping like please don't like incline right now. That would be so bad.
And I don't know.
So yeah, I don't know. Let's talk about Enzo for a second, because I thought that is so spoiler alert, like, we gave Enzo 9s across the board this week, all 3 of us, which is really cool.
We did.
So all 3 of us are like really thumbs up on Enzo's chances. And I want to look at his goodbye speech to Bailey tonight, because that to me is like a great reason, a great example of like why he's doing so well in this game. He and everybody else thought that one of the 5 pre-jury people was going to come back tonight. So he's thinking, like, you know, if Bailey is the one that goes home, like, I'm going to leave her a really sweet goodbye message, so that, like, if she does come back and win HOH, she's not coming after me. She's going to go after the people that made this personal, the Christmases of the world. So I like Enzo's head is just like totally in this game, even more so than Big Brother 12, in my opinion. So,
and I think that's that was a wonderful strategy, and I will use this. It wasn't accidental. I really do think that this was meant by Josh Martinez and BB19. Like, he did a really good job of utilizing the goodbye messages in order to tell people that Paul was the reason why they left. And I'm so sorry. I really wanted to do this, but Paul was really after going, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's the one. That's how Paul lost. Honestly, I am convinced it's because Josh knew how to utilize the goodbye message. And Paul didn't own his shit in the goodbye messages. Instead, he just fluffed it up even more.
That's really interesting. I've never thought about like that kind of like planting like the first original seed going into jury for all these people against Paul.
I'm convinced that is one of the main reasons why Paul lost in BB19.
Weston says, I always forget the meow meow. Like, that is exactly what I mean. Like, he's
Which
like
is insane.
he's making all these moves and then is able to like blend into the shadows like so well that like Cody and Tyler just can't seem to do.
And he's tied for the most amount of competition wins. Like, how are you not thinking about him? But like, it's inexplicable. Like, we all do. Like, I literally, and the reason why I gave him 9 this week was not just because of like his ability to do exactly that, but the fact that he is in well with every person in the house, and it does seem like he means business with that 5 I was talking about. If it's the 5 of them.
Bring up our chart.
Yeah. We can do that.
Good idea.
Let's bring up the chart.
Yeah, so of course, like we gave Enzo 9s across the board. Allison was very friendly with the 0s this week, which we always appreciate.
Handing them out like, Halloween candy. Here you go.
But
It's a 0.
another 9 I want to point out is this one right here, Nicole Franzel. I think that she is positioned very well. Say what we want about her personally, and I totally agree with all that. I agree with Olay dropping her from that sponsorship. However, like she is playing a really great game. And like she is just rat coal like through and through and through. She is stone cold. Like the fact that like she is like best friends with Danny in real life, and she is like throwing her totally under the bus to these guys. If Nicole was the first 2-time winner of Big Brother, I wouldn't be that upset about it.
Yeah, I think that I gave her a 5 because if they continue to go after duos and the guys get in power and they get any kind of pressure for that, the guys aren't going to go after the guys, they're going to go after the girls. And so the next duo on the list is Nicole and Danny. Now that Nicole, of course, I submitted these rankings before the whole Nicole versus Danny, Nicole throwing Danny under the bus. But I think that was a smart move to do to Cody. I'm interested to see what her relationship with Tyler is looking like, because Tyler's another one I feel like could win this HOH. So if he wins this, I'm not 100% convinced he doesn't put Danny and Nicole up on the block.
I think if Tyler wins HOH, he's certainly taking the shot at Nicole and Danny directly. Sure. I think we're at the point in the season now where like enough like filler has gone in terms of like people to get out before shots need to start being taken against like the alliance and who you really want out of this game.
Right.
So Allison, you gave Danny a 0. Let's hear your thoughts on that.
Well, I gave her a 0 because I'm not, I don't really think she's doing anything. That's just my opinion. I mean, she's planted seeds here and there, but what she's growing weeds from it, and it's going everywhere, and weeds are hell to get rid of. I'm just throwing it out there. And wasn't she involved in the whole Ian thing?
She was.
Okay, that is the main reason. I do not condone bullying and judging people and making fun of things that people cannot control. Period. End of it. That's why I gave Nicole Franzel a 0. Now, I gave Memphis a 5. I did not know at the time that he was the one who brought it up. So I can change it now, but. Yeah.
Allison, how did you feel about Nicole Franzel giving Davon the 5,000 for the punishment and the veto?
I was surprised. I was shocked, but there's always a motive. There's always a motive with Nicole, and that was strictly jury. I think
it was more about her being able to pay her way to my wedding because it does cost $3,000.
Really good wedding gift, It's that okay? There you go. That's another thing. There's always a motive. It's not just from the goodness of her heart. It's wedding shit. It's jury shit. It's just all kinds of shit.
Yeah, but to me, that speaks to how much her head is in the game and how much she's thinking of this, like literally as just like a chess match instead of like personal relationships or anything. She's thinking to herself, like, I'm not after the 5,000, I'm after the 500,000.
But the best part about all of that is that Davon was like, shit, yeah, I deserved the 5,000. I gave her 500,000. So
That's true. That is literally true.
495,000 more to go,
Yeah.
So I don't think it had the effect that like Nicole probably was looking for, other than Nicole was like, damn right, or Davon was like, damn right, you're gonna give me the 5,000.
No, certainly, but it's
Sorry.
no, thank you so much, Rory. Thank you for becoming a patron of my weekly meltdown. I just to me it didn't hurt the cause that she did that to Davon.
Mm-hmm.
Like her and Davon, no matter how it shakes out this season, like their alliance, their friendship will always be rocky because of how she screwed her over in Big Brother 18. So like literally anything that she can do to kind of like smooth that over just a little bit, I think is a good game move for her.
Yep. The other person I think had a really good week was Kevin. Kevin really came.
I gave Kevin a 9 just because he mentioned that Memphis should go up to HOH room.
Oh God. No, I just felt like Kevin had an awakening this week, and he's the one that's not in the majority that seems to have figured it all out. And he was able to plant some seeds in people's heads. And I think that could come to fruition this week. So I'm interested to see. I think he was a key reason why some of the outside people are coming together. And I also think could be a key reason why some people like Tyler or Christmas and that kind of thing might start questioning some other people in their alliance.
Yes. Yeah. We have some people in the chat saying like, I'm going to get patron, blah, blah, blah. So just to like properly plug it again for people that are like joining us a little bit later, it is patreon.com/myweeklymeltdown is where you can go for that. So looking at the HOH competition so far, it looks like Davon is still the only one out. I think we're going to be here for a while. Because I think that they
aren't doing anything with the wall. So, of course they're all freaking on.
Right.
They haven't put it this way. They said, here's some water. They haven't, tilted it.
But, the point I'm making is that, a lot of people standing up here on this wall have a lot to lose by not winning this HOH. So I don't think this is going to be one of those endurance comps that's over in an hour or two. I think we're going to be watching this for a while.
Is there anybody up there you feel like doesn't need it? I think Enzo and Memphis are probably two good ones. Unless Ian wins. Ian wins Memphis
right now. I totally agree with that.
I don't.
What do you think? What do you say?
I don't think Ian needs it, do you?
His name started coming up with the Codys and the what's his face? Memphis and that kind of stuff again this week.
I think Ian could be a target if something wonky happens with Vito. So say Tyler, I don't know, say Tyler puts up Danny and Nicole, right? Danny wins Vito. What other options does Tyler have except to put Ian up against the other winner? And then I think Nicole certainly has the votes to stay in that situation.
Yeah. So it then turns into what were you trying to accomplish here, buddy?
Matt has a good point. And I can't get a grip. Okay, what? It's good. Okay. I'm going out on a limb. Davon really didn't need it, so because she can't win. I don't think she needed it.
I think she dropped. I don't think she actually fell. I think she intentionally dropped. From what it looked like, I didn't have the sound on, so if anybody watched that moment, please feel free to correct me.
A lot of people in the chat are saying Cody doesn't need it.
Yeah, I think that Cody's in a good position in the house. I don't think that people are going to necessarily, if they're going to put up two guys, I don't think even if they put him up, he's the one that stays. I think that, especially after having his grandfather pass away, I do think that will give him another week. As I don't mean that in an awful negative kind of way. I mean that genuinely, people are sympathetic to that. So, I wish people were as sympathetic to racial bias, but whatever, or to people who have different abilities and are on different spectrums. But it's not the house we have, so whatever.
Do you think Danny could benefit from winning HOH, knowing that she can play again next week?
Totally. I forgot about that, Allison.
So
you're totally right.
She probably needs to bust her butt to win this.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's
and I think
fucking
that
brilliant.
I think that people would come to Danny with a lot of
It happens sometimes, Beth. I have these moments of brilliance. It's few, it's far between, it's very rare.
Yeah. No, but that's a really good thought. I mean, like, I think that if Danny does win HOH this week, I think Nicole, like, in typical rat hole fashion, goes to Danny and just like spills like a whole bunch of info. And even if Cody like goes to Danny and says like, listen, like Nicole ratted you out, I think Danny still realizes that she still needs Nicole in this game. Like,
Yeah.
where else does she go if she doesn't have Nicole, right? So I think that I think Danny would really control the narrative and flip things like how she how it favors her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it would be for her. I don't think it would be a bad thing at all.
Christmas has decided to lay on her stomach and watch the competition.
Can
That's
you
the
believe
only
that
update I
Christmas is here? Like,
What?
honestly. So I saw on Reddit, Jessica Graff was like, made a video like complaining about the season. And I was like, man, if we're going to have a woman from Big Brother 19, like, I wish it could have been Jessica Graff.
No way. Fuck that. No, 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 no.
Well, wait a minute. She's
Hell
pregnant
fucking
again,
no.
though,
She's
right?
pregnant, so she can't. Why, Beth? Go ahead, tell me. Tell me
Because
why
she's
I'm wrong.
fucking racist. She married a transphobic racist asshole, and I don't want anyone who has that kind of fucking platform to go on a show like that. Hell fucking no. Hell
I mean,
no.
yeah, but if we're debating between two races from Big Brother 19,
What's
like,
right
I would
to
I'd rather have the
rather
lesser of the two
see.
evils.
right.
If we're gonna do that,
You got to pick one out
Oh
of
my
the
God.
two.
We
Look,
really
do you
have
want
to
Jack
pick a
and
litter
Nikki
with
back
that.
on the
I
show?
fuck. So here's the thing. Christmas annoyed me on BB19. Jessica made me want to punch my screen. I could not wait for her to get out of the house. I hated Cody. I hated Jessica. I hated both of them so much with a passion. I hated 90% of that cast, and I didn't hate Christmas as much as them. So yeah, I'm still down. Like, I don't know why we had to bring anybody back from BB19, but if we had to bring somebody, Christmas is the only one out of the women I would have said sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry, I just get really pumped up. I don't understand the like, oh, Jess was such a good player. Fuck no, she was not a good player. She
I
didn't
think
play
that she
well
was-
ever.
I think a lot of people just saw her and Cody as like the only, like literally the only opposition to Paul the entire season.
Yeah.
And
And
for,
you know what they did? Mishandled their cards in order to make everybody just cling to him more. What they could have done is infiltrated that shit and being softer with it, but they're incapable of that because they're narcissistic, entitled, fucking privileged assholes. That is why.
should we have
Welcome to My Weekly Outrage with Beth. This portion is
Thank you.
plain
Bill,
white people.
Bill, okay, people are bringing up good points. Dominique Ramsey's perfect. And guess what that would have also done? More POC representation on this season, which we need, and all future seasons need to be at least 50% POC. I'm saying it right now. There we go. Bye.
Somebody just fell.
David just fell.
David. Oh, well, there goes our dreams.
I wanted to do it HOH. Just
I really did want to see him as
And
HOH.
Moonves.
Okay, I'm going to calm down now. I'm not yelling at you guys. I'm just yelling at the general. I hate having to talk about these people again.
I love that. I love that. Like, we're saying like we need more POC representation. We need POC winners in Big Brother, and we're like, oh wait, we have to cut because David just
David
fell.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Big Brother 19, not the best season, but I just appreciated the underdog aspect of Jessica and Cody. Like, personal feelings aside, I would just rather have like that energy than Christmas, who like followed Paul literally the entire season.
To be honest, the woman, if I'm gonna be out, if we're gonna put all the annoyances and all that kind of stuff to the side, the person from BB19, the woman I would have liked to see is Alex. Alex was actually a game player. She was a bully, and guess what? Another POC. What about that? You know? So I mean, but she really did have a good grasp on the game. It's just she just let it unravel like crazy at the end, both personally and within the context of the game.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of rumors preseason that she was going to be on the cast of Big Brother All Stars, and production like really loved her for some reason.
They really liked her, yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised to see her not here. Yeah, I don't know. We're just kind of like shooting the shit right now.
I know.
Like the
Do
show.
we want to bring up our drafts?
Yeah, sure.
Oh wait, Allison, were you gonna say something?
Wait.
No, I was just gonna say if we wanted to kind of touch on the episodes last night, Wednesday, and tonight for a few minutes, just kind of how things were portrayed and how they kind of broke down the fight between Christmas and Davon that bled into an argument with Christmas and Bailey. And I think we kind of covered that a little bit. I wasn't too happy with the Tyler edit on Wednesday night show. I kind of think they made it look like one thing when it kind of went another way on the live feeds. You get what I'm saying? So that kind of, I don't know.
I'm telling you, like it was way too heroic, Allison, and like I'm telling you, like production CBS thinks that Tyler winning this season is like the happy ending, the good ending for this like shitty all-star season. Meanwhile, like Oprah Magazine wrote this like big article about Tyler exploiting the BLM movement to be more heroic, and I'm like, why is CBS like so tone deaf to like how the rest of the world is like seeing this play out?
Right.
It's mind-boggling to me, and like they don't address like any of that in the actual show.
Yeah, my favorite thing is like tonight was the first time I've ever heard Julie say, fans who only watch the broadcasts will only saw this, and I was like, girl, are you about to spill some tea? And then she didn't, and then I was like, oh well, she still thinks Memphis is running the game, so I guess she doesn't have much tea to spill.
How is Memphis still on that wall?
He's struggling. He looks like
he doesn't want to be a have-not.
Do not underestimate Paw Memphis.
I think he's just waiting so that he can be fourth out, so he doesn't have to be a nature wait. Look at guys, I'm red in the face because I had to talk about Jessica Graff.
I'm so sorry.
We have these moments.
We do.
Somebody said in the chat, Tyler Wilfong said, I would have loved more BB-17 representation, and I cannot agree with that enough. I really wish. I know that Vanessa obviously couldn't have played this time. We know that Steve wouldn't have gone back, but you know what? I'm going to put it out there. Would have loved to have seen Johnny Mac. Would have loved to have seen Austin. I would have loved to have, and like a lot of people will go, ugh. Austin was a strategic force in that game.
Yeah.
And he was good at competitions.
Totally
agree. Are you talking about the big wrestler dude with the multiple personalities?
The man that walked out barefoot.
Good luck, Austin. It's my favorite Steven thing.
I'm just a little indifferent on that one there, Beth.
No, a lot of people.
Even Shelly Poole, I think, would have been a really great person. Or Becky.
Jackie.
Yes.
Okay, somebody just fell.
Ian.
Oh, Memphis, you shit. Okay,
Memphis
Ian just fell and Memphis just fell.
Okay, so we're rooting. I want to root because I want to see what happens with the Danny HOH, given her name is getting so much shit. I want to see a Danny, a Kevin, or maybe an Enzo HOH. But I don't think
Kevin HOH. No, we want a Kevin. I want a Kevin HOH so bad just because I love Kevin.
Kevin could honestly win this. I think that this is in his wheelhouse of like comps that he won in Big Brother 11.
He also has a fire and a hunger. Like he was, from what I saw, people saying he really, really, really knows that he needs to win this. So,
I really love Davon's eviction speech tonight, calling out justice for Breonna Taylor. I thought that was a really, really good moment.
She doesn't know this, but one of the detectives was fired today, which is step one. Now we have to, wait for the charges.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, it came out like a couple hours ago, right before the episode, I think, began, that they said that one of the detectives was fired.
What is this, Chris Dixon? What is this? Hold on. What is this? Whoa, where did it go? Are you doing that to me, Tyler? You little shit.
No.
I want Beth to win HOH and put Swaggy A and T Lions up.
That's fair.
But who would win? Who would win between Swaggy A and T Lions?
Oh my God, Ben says, stop talking about the people you want to win. That's right. I want Cody and Nicole to win so bad. so bad. Is there a genuine tone to my voice right now?
Hold on a second. Did you what?
What?
You want Nicole to win HOH?
So bad. So bad.
No, you're fine. Stop
It's
it.
because everybody we say we want to win drops out of the competition. So I was saying, yes,
okay. I want Kevin to drop so bad.
Come on, Cody. Come on, Nicole. Tyler,
Kevin.
you got this, bro. You got this, dude.
Got this. You got this, Danny. Nicole, you got y'all my stomach growling during the show?
No. Let's see. I'm looking at the comments. Why were there any barely BB15 reps? There are so many icons. Candace, Howard, Alyssa, Helen, Judd, Nick. Give me a BB15 rep. Yes, totally agree. I think Candace absolutely deserves a second chance. Just by like
Helen. I want to see Helen.
Yeah, Helen.
Well,
yeah,
she was pushed, so why
she
not?
was pushed on this competition that we're seeing right now.
It is on this competition.
McCrae, yeah. Well, no, McCrae still hasn't accepted my friend request on Facebook, so no, I don't know.
And Amanda's very controversial for some things that she said in the BB15 house, but in my opinion, she is absolutely an all-star and should be back here too. But she said on Twitter that she was never asked. We don't know how true that is. Let's see, what else happened in the show that we can talk about? I mean, the Cody
Julie
thing was
didn't
like
wear a
really
mask
sad.
again.
Yeah, what's the mask thing's old. Get out of here. Julie,
There's nothing much else to say, you know?
Yeah.
So why don't we put up our drafts?
Yes,
that's on the screen.
All right, so I lost my first casualty tonight.
Team Alex going strong.
Team Alex is going strong. I'll have to tweet at him tonight saying, Alex, you're the only one with all 4 people left in the game. And
I know.
I don't know. Whose team is looking the best so far?
Definitely.
Right now.
Well, I honestly think that yours does, Tyler, because I think Cody and Enzo are probably in the 2 best positions in the house.
Yes.
I think that Team Alex is going to get a hit this week, depending on who wins. Either that or you could lose Danny. I don't know. Yeah.
I think that's my only like blaring weakness, which is sad for me to say. But yeah. I don't know. I'm starting to look at Memphis more as like a dark horse in this game. Like less as like somebody that doesn't know what he's doing, and more as like the wiser, older man that knows to just like stay out of like the bullshit.
Yeah, I think that Memphis is kind of like a Casey, where he's not doing much.
Yeah, I mean, a Casey wins Big Brother though.
That's what I'm saying. So
I mean, David, or I'm sorry, like Memphis could easily go to the end with David, and win the season.
If we had a final 2 of David and Memphis,
I don't even. I got nothing. I don't even know. I don't even know if Memphis would win.
Wait, listen to this. What if it's Memphis, David, and Tyler in the final 3, right? And then the first comp David wins is the final HOH, and he takes out Tyler, and then that is the finale. How horrible would that be? That would be very 2020.
You know what? I don't think that's horrible at all. I think that's the that's getting Vanessa out at the very end. You know,
like this like shitty player taking out like the best player. Yeah, I guess it's kind of.
I wouldn't say that Steven's a shitty player though.
No, absolutely not.
But that's it is the underdog taking out like the best game player.
That is not what I mean. Steven absolutely deserved his win because he knew exactly what he was doing when he was taking her out. So let me bring up the other bracket that we have because I lost Bailey here as well. But I am chilling along with lots of points over Beth. So feeling good about it. Feeling good.
I'm telling you.
Has no points so far, which is pretty surprising.
It doesn't surprise me because I couldn't even get the questions right about myself during their Rant steal. So
it's true.
It's a Rant steal. It's a brain steal.
A brain steal. What? Oh.
We need to do another one of those. We need to do another mock Big Brother, but have like the stool, the shower stool. Finley, my cat, just a bunch of people mixed in with players.
My fan.
The fan, the flying swatter.
Maybe we'll do that for a patron. We'll do that for a patron episode.
As
a bonus episode for our patrons.
Charlie Thweet.
Yes, I'm down for that.
Yeah, a really great patron of my weekly meltdown.
The broken sex sink. I forgot about that.
What happened? What? There's a broken sex sink?
When the sink broke up in the HOH room because somebody sat on it, and so everyone called it Bessie. That's right.
Stephen Dangle.
Oh, yes. 100%.
We need to be writing this down.
Yes, the banner can be up there.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we need to update this to Christmas is canceled.
Christmas is canceled. No presents for anyone.
Christmas is canceled this year, and it's not because of COVID.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, seriously, I want us to add to that every single week.
We were supposed to add something to it tonight, but it didn't get added.
Do you guys listen, the Photoshop skills are limited while I'm here visiting my mom.
He's got that Walmart Wi-Fi.
Ethan in the chat wants me to do a monologue saying goodbye to Bailey. So here it is. Bailey, I'm so sorry that you're going. I had no idea. If you're seeing this message, then I'm sorry. I don't know if you know this, but I'm not in your alliance. And it was really sad to see you go. Also, my wedding is $3,000. I hope you'll be there, or you'll be square. Good luck.
Enzo fell. Hey, you know what? I don't understand why Nicole. I think she should be competing in this competition in the little tard thing that you had on.
Oh my God, with the box on?
Yes. Look, it's all fair.
That'd be amazing.
Okay, so to recap, so left is Cody, Nicole Franzel, Danny, Kevin, and Tyler. To me, it looks like Kevin's struggling a little bit. I don't know, how you guys.
Cody's up there, not even holding up to anything, and he's just kind of like whatever. I think we have a Cody HOH on our hands.
Enzo is the Enzo, says Paul John.
Well, Enzo and Ian aren't in that Slick 6 Part 2 or whatever it's called.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, now that, first of all, I'm noticing that Bill's in the chat. I don't know, Bill Meffling, and I don't know if he was here earlier when we said, thank you for being one of our first patrons, Bill. We really appreciate it very, very much.
Bill needs to come on one of our show because he says Thursday nights are easier for him. So pick a Thursday. Come on with us. We got to figure out what we're going to do for this
Bill.
What? Are you singing?
I said, you wanna, Bill.
You know you wanna
come on a show with us
and talk about Big Brother stuff.
Okay. I'm just going to.
I feel like, guys, I just am talking to you guys right now. I feel like this is the kind of show we needed after our stressful Tuesday show.
Absolutely.
Oh, Jesus. We're racist. Can I just say that we're racist because we support people of color?
Yep.
According to D Conservative, that should tell you enough right there. We're the reason why we are what's wrong with America.
Yeah, I love that for us. This is the future liberals want right here.
It sure is. I also want to give a shout out and thanks to Stephen Holden and Rory the Virgo. Thank you both so much for becoming patrons during the show. We really, really, really appreciate your love and support, and we can't wait to give you guys more content. Somebody did just ask in the chat who's still up on the block, up on the wall. We have Cody, Nicole, Danny, Kevin, and Tyler. They're the last 5.
Tyler's hair looks like it's holding on for dear life. Tyler's hair might fall before him. That's what I'm thinking.
If Tyler's hair hits the ground, is he
Does it count?
eliminated?
When it's wet and it gets longer and it
Yeah.
touches the ground, is the count.
I'm telling you guys, I think Danny's winning this tonight.
I would love to see Danny or no, I'm sorry. I want to see Cody or Nicole.
That's right. We've got to say the opposite of what we really want.
Yeah, I want Cody or Nicole, especially
Now, look,
Nicole.
Cody's up there doing like, oh, this is nothing. This is nothing.
Is this how you smile when you really want something to go your way? As like really want something to go your way, do you go?
Somebody needs to screenshot that.
Okay, 1 minute.
Okay.
38 seconds. All right. Okay. Well, I don't know.
It hasn't been 1 minute. It's been 1
I
hour.
know. Listen here. Oh, when 46. Well, you know what I'm saying. You know
I like
what
the
I'm
idea
saying.
that we were in some kind of fever dream where we
Well,
just
the
spoke for an hour.
sad thing is it took you a full 30 seconds to catch it. So what does that say about you?
I mean, that is how time.
I didn't know what you were saying.
That is how time feels when I'm under the influence of the devil's lettuce. So it wouldn't surprise me.
That would be really funny if we ever did a show where the three of us were really high.
Listen,
We thought we spoke for an hour, but it was 1 minute.
that's
Well, great show, guys.
it's been 1 minute and 36 seconds. Allison, no, it's been an hour and 36 seconds.
Funny.
All right, guys.
all right.
Well, I don't really know what else to say. We usually have a live feed update show on Tuesday, but Big Brother is airing Tuesday, so I don't know if we want to do a Monday night show instead, or what are you guys thinking?
I could do Sunday or Monday.
I can't do Monday. Like you guys would either have to do it without me, or we would have to do it on Wednesday.
I mean, if you guys don't mind doing back-to-back days.
I mean, I'm fine with that because it's like this week only that is happening.
Yeah,
so
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'll just have to wash my hair 2 days in a row.
Kevin just fell.
No.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done. We can stop the show now.
I really want Nicole to win. How many times do I have to say this? Big Brother gods, I mean it.
Well, they're not listening because Kevin fell.
All right. Well, with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. This has been just a more like casual show as we've been like watching the HOH. We can't even like speculate about that because we don't know like who won that type of thing. So thanks for just chilling with us for the next hour or for the past hour.
Oh, wait. My weekly definitely feels that way.
I'm not even high right now. I'm just like, there's nothing. I mean, this is like what's going on. Like, this is the game that we have to deal with. Start.
Listen, I have half a Dr. Pepper. That's my problem.
That's great.
Oh my God, Ethan! I saw the Christmas driving the car image, and it's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
it is fantastic.
That's a good one.
You know, you want to sit there and say Bailey and Davon are worried about how they look if they clap their hand and act a certain way. Part of me wanted to climb into the TV and go, she ran over her boyfriend with a car. She's like a felon.
I want a picture of a side-by-side between
don't feel bad.
Bailey and Christmas and say one of these people is obsessed with, cutting people and blah, 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 and is also a convicted felon. Which one do you think it is? And see how many racists pop out online.
Yeah.
Have you gone to Christmas's Instagram? Yeah. Like, if you looked at her tag photos, it's literally just her felony, like a mugshot, like over it. Hold on, I'll keep talking about something. I'll find it for you. Okay. It's so funny.
Listen, I'm not making light of domestic disputes.
No.
But we can make light of the fact that like that didn't matter for production, and they invited her back to an all-star season.
Yeah, and
100%.
2 African American women are afraid of how they look during an argument.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's fun stuff. That's fun stuff.
Yep.
Well, before we wrap up, just because it's our first day and we really want to be able to push it out there, we are excited to announce that we do have a Patreon. If you are just tuning in as we are about to sign off, we do have a Patreon at patreon.com/myweeklymeltdown. There are 3 different tiers. If you like what you're seeing here, feel free to support any level, and you will get bonus content. Depending on the level, you might be able to come on the show or even do a draft with us whenever we have drafts going on, which would be a lot of fun. So, and thank you to our first 6 patrons. You guys are amazing, and we really, really appreciate the love and support y'all giving us.
I am shocked. I mean, I can't believe that. I'm so grateful.
Brent Welcomot told us to do this a long time ago. So I'm happy that we're doing this, and I can't wait to like start rolling out like that Patreon exclusive stuff, because I feel like that's where we can like just like hang out as like real people instead of just like covering the show type of thing.
I will say some shows that I have seen and been a patron of, like we have lunch, just sit like for an hour and have lunch, and it's just like it could just be me talking like, oh, I'm watching Days of Our Lives right now. Anybody watching Days? Let me tell you what's going on. Sierra got kidnapped by a psycho on her honeymoon.
Somebody made out with a mannequin.
I mean, yeah, it's insane. It's insanity. Anyway, I can't talk. I'm so freaking tired, y'all.
All right, wait. Last thing before we go, let's make our official prediction for who's winning HOH.
Cody.
Danny.
Tyler.
All right. So anybody but Nicole Franson. All right. Well, we will be back on Wednesday to talk about the live feeds, everything going on. And then a week from today, we'll be back after the live eviction to talk about the first jury member of Big Brother 22 All-Stars. So with that, everybody have a good rest of your night.
What? Subscribe to My Weekly Meltdown on YouTube. You'll get a notification when we go live and all that stuff. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow my cat on Instagram, Finley Kelly. He's Finley Zinsti, FINLEY_INSTI.
And you can also find us on Apple Podcasts. Please feel free to leave your ratings and reviews there as well in order to help boost up our show. I couldn't come up with that word.
It's just done. Thank you so much, Matt Henning, our moderator, for taking care of the chat for us and patrolling. And Anelda, I just want to give a shout out to Anelda. She has been with me from the beginning, and she gives me updates all the time, and they're great. I love it. Love you, girl. Thank you so much. I just want to give her a shout out. She deserves it. So,
yay. All right.
We're
thankful for you all.
All right. Take care. Wear a mask. Be safe. We'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.